Hey, and we're recording. So, hey guys, it's Michael back at for another video. And wow, it actually has been a while. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like the last time I filmed something for you guys, let's see. I think it was actually back in for the Elimination Chamber reaction video, where I was like traumatized to how I saw John Cena turning us all by low blowing Cody Rhodes, and then you get The Rock like belt slapping him in the back, and Travis Scott giving him like the nasty blow to his face. It feels like it felt like a while, like it felt like a month or maybe 2 months, but of that recording. But I'm back in for another video because as you guys can tell by the day I'm recording this, it's actually Good Friday. So happy Good Friday to all of you guys, even if you're not Jewish. But I'm I'm here to give you my predictions actually because I gotta tell you guys, this year's WrestleMania weekend, especially up in Vegas, and that I'm from Las Vegas, it's gonna be very intense, guys. I mean, like oddly enough, as of like yesterday when I was in class, I was at UNLV, and I got I was scared at first because I thought I was not gonna get out from UNLV because there's like a heavy amounts of parking right by the Thomas and Mack Center for TNA Rebellion or Unbreakable. I'm not sure what I'm lost with like with the titles of TNA shows in Las Vegas nowadays. But yeah, the parking was a little bit intense as the crowd was filing up the parking lot, and they were all going into the T-Mobile Arena. Actually, not T-Mobile Arena, the Thomas and Mack Center. That's that's what they were, and I thought I was gonna be stuck in there, but apparently I wasn't. So, in which, by the way, TNA, that show, it was okay. I mean, it could have been worse, despite that the TNA International belt looked great, but with the blue strap, I'm sorry, I think you're doing color belts like way too further, just like the Winged Eagle. I mean, that one is fine. Any belt with a white strap is good, but colored colors, I don't do those. I mean, I do like my SmackDown tag team titles, but no one wants to see those anymore. But anyways, that's not the premise of this video. The premise of this video is actually going to be my predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania 41. And I know from WrestleMania 41, that's actually coming up tomorrow because today's Friday, and we're going to have the Friday night episode of SmackDown, the special SmackDown episode before they go to WrestleMania, and we're going to get the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal of tonight at the T-Mobile Arena. And just to make everything... Alright, I want to address this. I'm going to WrestleMania, but here's my schedule, just to make things clear. For NXT Stand and Deliver, the one I'm going to go over with you guys for this prediction, or my predictions, and WrestleMania Night 1, because they're all happening tomorrow. I'll be watching those at home, and we'll be watching it on the big screen tomorrow morning, and even for like throughout the entire day, as soon as we get to Night 1, because I do have my predictions for Night 1. Night 2, I'll include that in a separate video. Actually, no. I'm going to do WrestleMania 41 predictions on the next video after this one, because this one's going to be for NXT Stand and Deliver. So, we're going to stick with that. And the simple fact of the matter is that for Night 1 of WrestleMania 41 and NXT Stand and Deliver, I'm not going to watch those like live, like at the actual arena, the T-Mobile Arena for NXT Stand and Deliver and Night 1 of WrestleMania 41, because I wish I could have got like the 2-day combo, but those are still skyrocketing high. But the last time I actually heard from Ticketmaster is that they actually cut the price for Night 1, which is now like either $120 or $150, depending on like where you're going to be sitting at the Allegiant Stadium. And yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna have you guys understand to what the schedule is going to be like for me especially. So, anyways, let's get right into the prediction video here for NXT Stand and Deliver. And for this prediction, I'm actually looking through the SmackDown Hotel because they actually provided like the projected like match cards to how it's going to be laid out by each one by one at a time. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. So looks like here for what SmackDown Hotel website has to say here, apparently the kickoff match is going to be a fatal 4-way #1 contendership match, an elimination style match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, when I first heard this, I actually saw it on Instagram. When I saw this, I was like, wait a second. There's a women's tag team match at WrestleMania 41. And I'm like, am I missing something here? Or is this going to be like happening like the Raw after WrestleMania? Because I'm like, there's no way in hell that you have like 8 polished women in 4 different teams going up against each other, and I'm just assuming that one of them is going to be called up because I'm seeing the teams right here. You have Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade together going up against the Meta Girls, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson against Fallon Henley and JC Jane of Fatal Influence, and a team of Gigi Dolan and and Tatum Paxley. I sneezed, by the way, so. And, yeah. Alright, that's a weird one. So, I'm not sure if Roxanne and Cora Jade are going to get called up to the main roster because they have been in NXT for, like, quite some time now. I think, like, 4 years, actually, now I think of it. I mean, I know for sure that Fatal Influence, I feel like their direction, it's going somewhere, but I feel like it's just going out of nowhere, I guess. The Meta Girls, I almost said Metaphor, but Noam Dar, he's nowhere to be found, or even the old guy's name. But Meta Girls, they have been in TNA for quite some time, and they were actually really impressive. And as well as Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. And I'll actually say this too, they actually did pretty well with the TNA show from yesterday. Even though although I didn't actually go to the actual show, I just saw the highlights, and I thought they did pretty good. By guessing for who's going to be the real #1 contenderships for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles after WrestleMania, I guess I'm going to go with Roxanne and Cora, you know. Alright guys, so I just got back because there's a package at the front door, but I figured that because this team is NXT, I'm going to bring out the NXT title here. Actually, I might as well place it here. Yeah. But anyways, moving on, we have a 6-man tag team match of the D'Angelo family versus 3 members of Dark State. So, after watching the last week's episode of NXT, of that backstage brawl, or even the parking lot, because it's the most dangerous place on the world, apparently, by WWE terms. Or actually NXT, because NXT, they use it a lot, so. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in the NXT universe really wanted the family to win because they're mostly well known, aside from like the underdogs, the Dark State faction. And I had to admit, no fault of Dark State on their own, because they are great for a number of reasons. For one, Saquon Sugars, many people view him as like a possible leader because of how how much attention he gets whenever he gets whenever he goes over like promos and stuff, or even when he goes on Twitter. Dion Linux, I know that that man has started out since last year, and he hasn't grown much, but thanks to Cutler James, those two, they went on a tag team clinic on Level Up, and they have been doing good. And Osiris Griffin, according to what I researched from him, he's like a well experienced football player of NFL. I think for the New York Saints, and I think some sort of college in South Carolina, I think. But with those men all together, and you have Saquon Sugars as like the most experienced man of the entire group, I mean, I hate to say this, but I think the family's going to lose to this new uprise of Dark State. And you have to admit, they weren't kidding with Dark State. When they come in, no one is safe with them. So I feel like I'm gonna be one of those guys where we're all gonna be supportive with Dark State because they don't lie, they do whatever they want because they're all authority power, and they crush people to death until they get what they wanted. And here we are. So, anyways, moving on here, we have the NXT Tag Team Championships. Fraxium will go up against Hank Walker and Tank Ledger, aka Hank and Tank. And I think this one might be another good one. I mean, you can't go wrong with Fraxium. I mean, I'll have to admit that. You can't go wrong with them. Two highly athletic guys doing crazy stuff around the ring, putting on one hell of a show with their cruiserweight skills. I mean, they're amazing. And the fact that you got Hank Walker and Tank Ledger, two unknown guys who made a statement in Level Up, I feel like they're going to put one hell of a show. And I mean, I feel like it's going to be a thing. I feel like they're going to Fraxium, they're going to win. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, there's no way in hell like you can get like any team in WWE or NXT that can dethrone these guys because I feel like now they've made the statement to what the tag team titles are supposed to be, essentially. I'm not gonna go full detail because you know, whatever. But anyways, now we have the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match, and it's vacant. So the women in this match are Zarya, Sol Ruka, the returning Thea Hale. I had to do this, by the way. Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, and Izzy Dame. And here's where everything unfolds for me. Zarya, this is gonna be her first singles championship opportunity. Sol Ruka, she just so happens to win the WWE Women's Speed Championship, as many of us have saw on Twitter. So I don't think she's gonna have the full advantage to winning 2 championships on a WrestleMania week. Thea Hale, I feel like she's probably the #1 favorite right now to win the thing. If she has the speed and the energy to climb up the ladder and just yank it out. Lola Vice, I feel like, I hate to say this, but I feel like she's starting to she's losing so much momentum. Ever since that she, lost her breakout opportunity, and now she's, staying on the sidelines. I mean, that sucks for her. Kalani Jordan, the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion, I don't think she's going to get this second momentum back. And Izzy Dame, she's just thrown in there, so who cares? So I feel like Zarya or Thea Hale are probably going to be tied at the top to probably win the vacant title. But if I had to choose one, I feel like it has to be Zarya. I mean, she's well known, unlike Thea Hale, but I'm gonna go with Zarya. So that's that. Then you have the NXT North American Championship match here, and it's Ricky Saints defending his title against All Ego Ethan Page. And this one would be very interesting, actually, because let's face it, two of those guys are AEW boys, and if that my scroll's not working today, fucker. How about this? Okay. All right, whatever. I had to do this manually. But anyways, yeah, two AEW guys, and I think they're. I mean, yeah, it's a match that happens. Two AEW guys trying to put on a show for NXT while Shawn Michaels and Triple H gives you the sucker onto Matt and Nick Jackson. Actually, I should say Matthew Nicholas Jackson. They'll give you the suck it onto their faces on NXT Stand and Deliver, and Ricky Saints is going to retain. I mean, although many of us don't like Ethan Page, we do like his little gimmick. But I'm sorry, Ricky's going to win. I feel like it's not going to be a very exciting one, if I got to be honest. Anyways, now we have the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way match. I actually did not know this was going to be a Fatal 4-Way match, because I thought for a second that Julia and Stephanie Vicure are going to go up against each other in a singles match. But then they started throwing like Jordynne Grace, because I guess they throw in Jordynne Grace because of the feud that she had with Jada Parker and with Stephanie Vicure at that one time of a particular episode. But I know that Jada is really thirsty hungry to get like a championship opportunity. And I think Jordynne Grace, everyone knows her. They seen her in TNA before. I did see her before. And Julia, she's trying to get her momentum back as a heel. And I feel like this one's gonna be very chaotic, actually. But I think in terms of who's gonna win it, it's actually pretty hard. I mean, they're all great women. I mean, you have one who, yeah, you have Jada Parker, someone who's new to a championship opportunity and has a lot of fan favorites. Jordynne Grace, known for TNA. Julia, she has been all over the world, but mostly in Japan. And Stephanie Vicure, who's mostly popular in Mexico and Chile. Yeah, this is a really good choice. I'm actually going to let this match slide. Whoever wins this, I'll be surprised. But in my head, I really want Stephanie to retain from all three women. So that's my pick. I'll let this slide and maybe have Stephanie retain her title. But I think she's mostly going to focus on Julia. Let Jordynne and Jada try to fight each other out within and out of the ring. So that's that. And finally, we have the NXT Championship Triple Threat match. Obafemi, the Ruler. Actually, let me grab my title here. You have Obafemi, the Ruler, going up against Trick Williams and the young OG Javon Evans. And I'm very excited to see how this one's gonna go. Because I saw that NXT episode, and at first I thought that Javon's gonna win it for sure. But then I started to say that maybe Trick's gonna win it, because he's starting to have that new attitude, I think most of us are expecting him to turn as a heel again. But at the same time, though, I feel like you're gonna have Obafemi go crushing with like chest slaps and brute force onto Trick and Javon, like all over the ring, and you can't even stop them. But I feel like Oba's gonna retain regardless. He's the ruler. I mean, Trick, we all love you, but I feel like you're gonna be called up, unfortunately. I mean, knowing that Javon has spilled that Trick was the Carmelo Hayes guy, like he's starting to become like Carmelo Hayes again because of the obsession that he has with to grab the title and being back on the main event. So yeah, Oba wins. And that's basically it for the predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and stay tuned for the next video because that's where I'll be giving my predictions for WrestleMania 41. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.